Have you ever noticed how some men over 70 suddenly seem magnetic? People lean in when they speak. Strangers nod with respect. Friends, even younger ones, treat them differently. Yet for others, the years seem to fade them into the background. Noticed, overlooked, quietly invisible. What is the difference? Is it luck, genetics, or something far simpler and far more under your control? Meet Robert. At 72, he considered himself ordinary. He walked into rooms hoping not to be noticed. He dressed comfortably, nothing flashy, nothing wrong, but somehow he had become invisible. One afternoon, a subtle observation changed everything for him. During a family gathering, a friend he hadn't seen in years greeted him differently. There was warmth, a spark of curiosity in his eyes, almost as if Robert's presence had grown, not diminished. Robert didn't change overnight. He didn't suddenly gain wealth or youth. What changed was something deeper, a series of small shifts in behavior, attitude, and presence. And the results were astonishing. Pause for a moment. How do you want people to remember you in a room? Are you fading into the background or commanding subtle respect? The first key to attracting attention after 70 is presence, something far more powerful than volume or charm. Many older men feel pressure to speak loudly or fill silence. They think authority comes from force. But social presence signals confidence, security, and subtle dominance. People respond unconsciously to men who occupy space without aggression. Robert noticed this when he stopped apologizing for speaking up. At a community meeting, he simply stood straight, made eye contact, and shared a single thought with clarity. Heads turned, conversations paused, and others listened. Funny, isn't it? Silence can be louder than shouting, and often far more attractive. This small shift set Robert on a new path, but something even more surprising happens when we consider posture. Posture is silent communication. Slouched shoulders whisper age and fatigue. Straight posture, relaxed shoulders, and deliberate movements broadcast vitality and control. As men age, subtle slumping often goes unnoticed until social interactions highlight it. A man who moves deliberately signals reliability, calm confidence, and hidden strength. Robert began paying attention to how he entered rooms. He slowed his gait slightly, avoided rushing, and allowed his shoulders to relax while standing tall. One cafe encounter demonstrated this vividly. The barista, usually brisk and impersonal, greeted him with unexpected warmth and addressed him as "Sir," with genuine respect. When was the last time you noticed someone being drawn to the way you move through a room? Style is not about flash or trends, it's about subtle signaling. The right colors and fabrics can influence perception dramatically. Many men over 70 wear muted, safe colors, grays, warm blues, beige blending into the background. Colors like deep navy, burgundy, and forest green convey authority, confidence, and refined taste without shouting. Fabrics that feel rich and intentional create a tactile sense of quality. Robert experimented. One Saturday, he wore a deep burgundy shirt. That afternoon, a friend remarked, "You look different today, more vibrant." It was a simple color choice, but the impact on his social presence was undeniable. Imagine walking into your favorite restaurant and suddenly you notice people paying subtle attention, not because you demanded it, but because you quietly exude presence. Yet even these visual shifts are only part of the story. Words matter, but not in volume. How we converse, listen, and respond creates attraction. Older men often over-explain, interrupt, or apologize unnecessarily. Listening intently, pausing before responding, and speaking thoughtfully demonstrates wisdom, patience, and social maturity, qualities many younger people unconsciously admire. Robert learned to do less and listen more. During a family gathering, a heated discussion arose about politics. Instead of jumping in immediately, he observed, nodded subtly, and then spoke with measured calm. The room shifted, people leaned in, gave attention, and sought his opinion. Could your words or silence be making you more magnetic than you realize? Self-respect is the invisible magnet. Men who respect themselves radiate a quiet authority that draws others in. Many men defer, apologize, or undervalue their experience. Respecting yourself, your time, your opinions, your presence changes how others respond. It signals that you are worth listening to, worth noticing, and worth remembering. Robert began practicing subtle boundaries. He declined invitations he didn't value, spoke firmly but politely, and allowed himself to enjoy compliments without downplaying them. The transformation was subtle but undeniable. Here's the twist. It's not age that makes some men attractivize the accumulation of presence, confidence, and self-respect. Physical vitality, even subtle, creates attraction. Simple things like upright posture, clear skin, and an alert expression send signals of life experience and continued engagement. Many older men neglect small physical cues, assuming they no longer matter. Minor adjustments, hydration, grooming, daily movement, make you visually and psychologically magnetic. Robert didn't start training rigorously. He simply paid attention to small details: grooming, posture, and energy. The effect was cumulative, almost invisible day to day, but startling in social settings. After these subtle shifts, presence, posture, style, conversation, self-respect, Robert's life changed quietly, yet profoundly. He didn't need to become someone else. He simply became more of who he truly was: confident, dignified, and magnetic. People listened, they respected him, and he felt a renewed sense of pride and desirability. Imagine your next gathering. You fade into the background door. Will you command subtle attention without effort? This transformation is possible for any man over 70. It's not youth that attracts, it's experience applied wisely, presence amplified, and confidence unshaken. The power of aging gracefully lies not in denying your years, but in embracing them fully. In doing so, you become more attractive, not despite your age, but because of it. If you enjoyed this exploration of quiet confidence and attraction, the video appearing on your screen now dives into how small habits quietly compound into lasting success, building wealth, influence, and personal presence over time. Don't miss it.